Hi, I'm Dave Souza, photographer and outdoors writer for the Herald News. For this edition of On the Fly video, I'm going to show you how to tie a toad fly. In fact, I'm going to show you how to tie a striper version of a toad fly. I start this fly by tying a base of thread all the way down the hook shank to just above the hook point. I build it up just a little at that point, going back and forth with some spiral wraps, and stop right over the hook point. At this point, I take my first piece of marabou with the shaft still attached. Lash it right down, good and tight. The reason for leaving that on is to prevent the materials from ending up hooking over the hook point during casting. It prevents it. It doesn't stop it completely, but it helps. Now I add 2 accents of yellow marabou, same area. Tie it down, bring my vise around, do the other side. You notice how messy this marabou can be. It's a little out of hand, but once you're done, you can trim it, clean up all that excess mess. I just kind of lift it, snip it away. Couple more wraps and that's it. Now I begin putting the body in place. This is tedious, takes a while. That's why I make this kind of repairable. I lay a piece over, wrap it once, wrap it twice, center it. Pull it around this way, wrap it once, wrap it twice. And that's basically it. What I'll do here is I'm going to wet this marabou down just a bit, just to make it a little more controllable. I take another piece of yarn, and this yarn, by the way, is the cheapest stuff I can find at a place like Walmart or wherever. Lash it that way, open that up, lash it around twice this way, pull it tight, wrap forward a couple of times, and repeat. You'll do this enough times until you've filled up pretty much most of the hook shank. Here I am putting the last one on. You want to leave a gap because you're going to be putting some eyes on for sinking. I make 3 versions of this fly. I make one with lead eyes to sink to the bottom. I make one with bead chain eyes to have it slowly sink, which this is going to be the one. And I make one with mono eyes just to make it with the mono eyes. At this point, turn the fly over, put a few more wraps, pull everything back here, and attach the eyes pretty much the same way you're attaching the yarn. And we're going to really lash this down well. Plenty of wraps on that, front and back. Complete by making a whip finish. And the tying part of this fly is pretty much done. Turn it back over, straighten out the yarn. Now, at this point, I'll take some Dave's Flex Cement, and right across these wraps here, soak it in, put plenty. This is why you didn't need as much thread as you normally would to complete this fly. Put plenty of glue right along all the threads. This kind of locks everything in place. And the basic building the fly now is done. What you do at this point is wait maybe 10-15 minutes, make sure it's fully dry. Then we'll go back and we'll start trimming this. I grab these and cut them right off about a ½ inch long. Do the same on the other side. Now the shape is kind of up to you. You can kind of arrowhead shape this, you can shape it like a crab. I kind of use my thumb as a guide to try and get like an oval shape to the body. I want to leave those fibers to the back a little longer, because I'm going to sweep back. The first time is just a rough cut, just to get your basic shape. Now what I'm going to do is take a mustache brush, just comb it out a little bit, kind of separate the fibers. Put your finger underneath to support it, comb it out. Flip it over, do the same on the bottom. Now using a finer pair of scissors, I'll start my final trimming. At this point, the fly's pretty much done. So that's it. A striper toad fly, just as effective as the ones they built for Toppin down south, and the stripers eat them like crazy.